What have I done? Have I... Oh, I glued it in upside down. Look. Okay. Glued it in upside down. Quick, quick, quick. Hey everyone, I hope you're having a lovely week. I'm going to put together some little mini books today. These are super cute and they're just perfect for a fairy theme. I've got 4 separate covers to choose from. I'm going to pick a couple of these. I've printed out, there's 2 different inners. So if you wanted to make the 4, just print these up a couple of times each. And that'll mean that you've got enough innards to go with the 4 covers. That said, these covers, if you don't use them for this, you can actually turn them into little hidden paper clips. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick 2 to make into the mini books. And then I'll use the other 2 for the hidden paper clips. Alrighty, so my first step is to get all of this cut out. And then once that's done, I'll be back and we can start doing some folding and some gluing. Hello, hello, I am back. I've done a lot of cutting out and I did some folding as well. So I've got my 4 covers. This one I have folded. It's basically we fold in and then we fold in again. So we're folding in that way to form the cover. And then that will fold over to form our little book. So that's how I folded that one. And we'll make that one up on camera so you can see how we walk through it. And then I've got my 3 strips and I've folded them up as well. So this little tab always kind of forms a valley there. So that you want that way. So you've got the little tab hanging out there. And the same the other way. So you've got this little tab hanging out here. So we're all cut and folded. We can start doing some gluing. The first thing we're going to do is build these pages up. So we need to sort of create one great long strip. So first things first, just going to get these little pages glued into a strip. Then we'll go through and kind of turn it into a little book. So I'm just lining that up. There we go. It's that side. Let a bit of ribbon get in there. Okay, and we'll do the other side. Sure that's all lined up and sticking. Okay, so that's our big strip created, and you can kind of see how my pages are falling into line now that I've got that those 3 together. So we're going to end up like that. Might need to just refold a little bit. I need these 2 little tabs to kind of be on the same kind of axis, if that makes sense. So my folding wasn't probably as good as it could have been, but there we go. I think that's fine. Make sure my pages are all lined up before I glue the rest down. So this bit here, with all our pages, is going to sit up against our spine. And we're going to glue it in like that. And then these pages come across and they will hide that tab. And it'll all fit together. Really cute. Like that. So I've got a bit more gluing to do. Let's run through and do that. And then we can glue these pages in. Alrighty. just making my way through. These little books are just so cute, and they're not too fat that they sort of mess up your journal thickness, which is good. You don't want to put something too fat in your journal. So they're just a nice size and standalone, just little cuties as well. Oh, giving that a good old push to make sure everything's gluing. And we're getting there. So when I'm pushing these over, I'm just sort of lining them up here to make sure that I get this all straight. This is just another way of double checking everything's going to line up at the end. I think this is my last one. Yeah. Awesome. Alrighty. That's all my pages done. How about that? So I am just going to double check. I've got them upside down. So make sure they're the right way up before we put them into our little book. There we go. They are so pretty. I'm loving these little fairies. I may actually, after I've finished, go through and just, I might do it now actually, just go through and trim a little bit of this white down so that my pages all line up. There's it here. There we go. Just a little bit of there. Back to the start so you can see that's pretty square now. Next step is to get these into our spine. So I'm just gluing down. You can kind of see, got my spine in the middle. And I'm just putting glue on either side of it. I'm not actually putting glue on the spine. And then this one fits in there. Okay. So you can see I've got that all lined up. Probably a little bit, there we go. That's better. You need a little bit of breathing room in there for the pages to move. It doesn't look like I've actually glued that one down very well, so I might add some extra glue. Maybe I missed a page, I don't know. We can go and re-glue that. Yeah, I think I did. I think I missed a page. Not a problem. We will go and put some glue in now. And just pinch it. Pinch it so it glues up. There we go. That looks better. Okay. So what have we got? We've got our pages in, lined up, everything's glued, which is good. We can now go and glue these side ones in. And they should fit in like that. And then, I've actually gone over a little bit there. Re-score that. Okay. That's going to be our little book. So I've just got to glue these side bits in, and we've got a little library card to go in. And I think a bit of ink will be nice on this. So we'll go and do some inking, and then we will be done. So this is a quick little project, but they just turn out so super cute. Stinking cute, as my mum would have said. Getting there, getting there, getting there. All glued. So I'm going to use some ink just to cover it. We've got a little bit of white showing where the pages end. So that'll be somewhere to ink. A But there is my little book with the spine. I'll fold that a little bit. Put a good nice crease in there before everything dries. Just make sure that I've got it. There we go. So the spine looks really clear. Lovely. And all the little pages. So cute. What have I done? Have I... Oh, I glued it in upside down. Look. Okay. Glued it in upside down. Quick, quick, quick. Can I take it out? Oh my goodness. This is just really disastrous. What a disaster. What I might do is... I've got extra spines. I know, I might be all right. I might be all right. As long as I'm quick. Get it all done before the glue sort of really dries. Oh, guys, this is me talking too much and not concentrating enough, hey? And I went and glued it in upside down. But I think it might be fixable. Oh, man. Okay. It's not going to be quite as pretty as it was when it was perfect. But, you know, hey. Did I glue them in the right way around again? Did I glue them upside down again? Oh, no, they're in the right way around this time. That's good. That's a relief. All caught on camera, massive mistakes. Okay. I think we are good. I think we're okay. I think we've managed to do a good save there. This is probably not so great. I might just do a bit of inking to cover up that strip there. But I think we're all right. You know, junk journaling doesn't have to be perfect. Make mistakes with me. But we can always solve things, hey? Look, if that's the worst thing that happens to me today, I'm not too concerned. All right, so we've got little fairies in. We've got a little book. There's a little hint. Make sure you check that you glue the pages in the right way up. We are done. So that is that one. Oh, no, we've still got this little pockets to put in, haven't we? Let's do this. Don't forget the pockets, do ya? Yeah, that's a bit too much glue. Yeah, right. Itty bitty pockets. Itty bitty pockets going in. Where are we going? Here we go. All right. I'll wait till that dries. I managed to get glue over it. Never mind. Do a bit of a fix up there. I may even just go over it with a texter. I've got a little card. So it is super cute. I'm so glad we got onto it quick and were able to save it. Super cute little book. I'm going to do a dark one and a lighter sort of one for my journal. So I'll do 2 books for my journal. These guys I'm going to turn into paper clips. I'm going to go off camera now and have a little bit of glass of water and a sit down and a biscuit after my lovely mistake that I managed to sort of fix. And then I'm going to come back and show you how to turn these guys into hidden paper clips. So hang tight. I will be with you shortly. So I'm back. I've done a lot of gluing and I have my 2 little books done. They still need a little bit of inking, but they are complete. So this is the second one. It turned out really cute. The images in there are super cute. Yeah, so that's done and that one's done. So I've got the 2 little books done. And as promised, I was going to walk you through the paper clips. So I've got this one done. I haven't glued it yet, but I'll show you how to do that. But this is what it looks like, and it slides on like that. For the little hidden paper clips. Yeah, so that's pretty cute. And this is just made out of the extra covers. All right, let's I'll just walk you through how to do this one. So what we need to do is we're folding in the sides, and then rather than 2 folds here, we're just doing 1. So it'll be folding in and folding in, and then folding here. Okay, so if you imagine that, our paper clip's kind of going to be inside, and that'll be, some are going back the other way, so that'll be paper going this way. So what we do is grab a paper clip, we put we're going this one where the fold up is a little bit short. This one's the same size, but we're going where the one's a little bit short, and we're putting the paper clip on here and just leaving it protruding up the top. And you can see I'll make sure that it's not going to protrude any more than this fold, just to make sure that I can fold that fold down. Okay, and then it's really a matter of just kind of wiggling it in. Fold it up, and you can kind of slide it. It's a little bit fiddly, I have to say, but a little bit of persistence will get you there. So I'm just pushing that paper up under that clip, and that'll get it where we want it. So that's our folding part of it done, and then it's just a matter of sneaking some glue down the sides. So you can pop everything out. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this awl, get some of this old glue off it, and just put some glue on it, and just use it to get that glue in there. So I'm putting some glue on here. Toothpick could work too. And then I'm just going to open that up, smear some glue along that surface, and then I can just push that down together, and that will encapsulate our paper clip in our little cover. And do the same to the other side. So there'll be sort of four surfaces here you want to glue down. The two sides of each of the large sort of flap, and the two sides of the smaller flap. So that's our two larger sides done. I overdid that a little bit, but it's okay. And I'll come back to this side and do the smaller side. Okay, so you can see now I need to just kind of open this up and get some glue in there. Try not to overdo it. There we go. Give it a bit of a pinch. And the same for the other side. What you can do too, while these are drying, just to hold everything together, is put some more paper clips on the paper clip. So I'll show you that in a minute. I'm just going to open that up and smear some glue on the inside in there. Now it hasn't lined up particularly perfectly, but that's okay. We'll go and do a bit of a trim. And for it to dry, I'm just going to slide another paper clip on the side. The thing with these ones, you've got to be careful you don't get glue down where your paper is going to go. So make sure you only glue the white surfaces, not the coloured surfaces. And I'll just pop another paper clip on there, just to keep it all together while it's drying. Okay, and that's a covered paper clip. So, just as I said, make sure that when you're gluing, you glue down here where there's white on both sides, and down this one in here where there's white on both sides. Make sure you don't glue And I'll probably just kind of put glue there, but just to kind of show you, don't glue down in there where you can see we've got colours on both sides, because that's where, when you put your paper clip on whatever you want to attach it to, that's where your paper is going to go. So it needs to be not glued together. Okay, and that will go on like that once it's glued. Alrighty, so that one's gluing. I'm going to go and do some inking of these little guys. Thanks for following along. As I think I mentioned, this kit is available on my Ko-Fi. I will put a link down below. It's been such fun to do this. We did have some little side quests with the gluing going wrong, but we got there in the end. And you can see, look at these cute little spines. You could do a whole little series of these and have a little fairy bookcase. Wouldn't that be awesome? All right, my loves, I'm going to love you and leave you. Yeah, but if you did like this video, do like and subscribe to keep up with what my next paper adventures will be. Thanks and bye.